Hi everybody, hope you're well and I hope you're good. On this video presentation, I want to talk about my ACCA AFM Platinum Package and Platinum Package Plus courses. Both of those courses are ACCA approved at the Platinum level. Now, both courses have what is going to be three phases to them: a tuition phase, a revision phase, and a mock exam phase. So here I want to use the December 23 course as basically an illustration as to the main way that my course operates. What happens at the tuition phase. So my aim is at the tuition phase to ensure that you very carefully go through the whole of the syllabus without having to go through an old style study text and textbook, a long and turgid way of learning what is going to be a syllabus, but have it in a way that makes it efficient and effective, at the same point in time developing the skills you're going to apply at the revision phase, and also making sure we tick off the four professional skills, which is analysis and evaluation, and acumen and skepticism. So let me give you a couple of typical areas. So if I start with something like bonds, just as an example. So it goes through a logical order. It goes through a logical order. I'm just picking up bonds as an example. So you can see here, you get a video, and the video will explain that particular topic. And you'll see in a moment, if I think that the topic is so big that I need to create a range of shorter videos, that's what I will look to do. But then what you get is typically with that video, you get what is going to be the notes, and the notes match what is in the video, and that's downloadable PDF. You get the bond calculations because the calculations for that area will be imported into the notes, but also you get them separately. Why do you get them separately? Because to do the analysis, you need to see what we do in the cells. You need to see what we do in the calculation, so you know what equations I've used and what shortcuts I've used within what is going to be that area. And that's because we know in ACCA AFM, we have what is going to be a lot of spreadsheet skills required. And then to cement the knowledge, we have what is going to be a bond homework, or in this case, homework. Yeah, for bonds. Yeah. So you've got typically lecture on a video, a set of comprehensive notes, calculations are imported. My notes have no handwritten areas anywhere. Everything is typed in, even the annotations are typed in. The calculations are presented using the correct spreadsheet skills. They're imported into the notes. And then also you get a separate set of the calculations so you can actually see the relevant cells that go in. So that's a typical area of bond. If I go down to a slightly longer one, so let me go down to, I know, FX risk management. Now, this is a big topic. So you look at this big area here and you can see, right, so I've broken it down into 6 videos. Several reasons why. One, big topic. Two, you can digest the videos in what is going to be a shorter, in small parts. Yeah. And thirdly, if you need to ever come back and refer to what is going to be a section, you don't have to go through a long video to find the relevant area. You can sort of pick it up accordingly. And you can see here, I said all the annotations on the videos are always typed in. There's no handwritten anywhere. 6 videos of varying lengths, yeah. And once again, you can see the notes that go with it, what is going to be the calculations, and then what is going to be the homework. So if I flick through the technical sections, let's just see what you've got on the technical sections here. I'll go back. It starts with objectives, sources of finance, bonds, cost of capital. It works its way down. You can see those. All the way down. Yeah, all the way down. And it finishes off with what is going to be ratio analysis. So it completes with what is going to be ratio analysis. And that's the technical areas of what is this syllabus. And what does that cover? That will ensure that you've got what is going to be the all of what is going to be the skills required for the analysis and the evaluation. Now, I have then put a separate document together for dealing with acumen and skepticism. And what this document does is that it follows exactly the same order as the tuition course. It follows exactly the same order. So it starts with objectives as sources of finances as bonds. And there will be what is going to be. So there's, you can see the document there dealing at the bottom. Yeah. That document ensures that when you're going through the tuition phase, as you complete a section, you get you have a look at the document, say, okay, so what will be the written type areas they're going to test on that side? So, for example, if you look at bonds, what will be the written areas they will be looking at in terms of what is going to be bonds? So, what you've got is a perfect dovetail. You've got all of the analysis and evaluation skills and lectures and knowledge points within the lecture. And then you've got what is going to be how to deal with acumen and skepticism, which is an element of some of the repeat of the knowledge, plus some other areas within what is going to be this acumen and skepticism document. You will see here, I put a version on it. Why is that? Because if I see anything that is of wider commercial knowledge. And if I find anything, for example, here's an example of a place where you can find wider commercial knowledge, or I see something in the press which I feel can be added to that document, I add it. I add it in. Yeah, I know that you are working and that you are working and studying. It's my job as a tutor. Yes, I would like you to have a listen to widen up your knowledge, business knowledge, but also if there's a key snippet of information, let me basically ascertain that, let me find that, and then I literally just add it in as a little extra sentence. Why is that the case? Because the examining team have said that if you've got a relevant current piece of business example, yeah, if that illustration may help to enhance an answer in relation to acumen. So a small example of that, currently we are seeing, at the time of recording this video, sorry, we are seeing interest rates rising, and that is an example of something saying that the risk-free rate in for example, CAPM will not hold constant. And that's what I mean by a snippet of current pieces of information. So I constantly you've got a core set of notes, which I then just add a little snippet in. So you can always download what is going to be the latest version of it. And you'll notice there is no textbook on this course. There is no textbook required. There's no reading of any textbooks. This is about video, notes, Excel calculations, homework. On this course, we will cover what is going to be 14 past exam questions. 1-4. 14 past exam questions will be covered within the lecture illustrations, the homework, etc. And if I go down to some of the later areas, so if I take something like, if I take something like, here we have one here, corporate reconstructions. In corporate reconstructions, I actually cover 2 past exam questions there. So 2 past exam questions are covered in corporate reconstructions. When I take a topic like adjusted present value, here, videos 2 and 3 are 2 past exam questions. So I don't wait to cover past exam questions on phase 2 revision. We need to do some of those questions effectively here. The ones we do on revision are separate. Yeah, the ones we do on revision are separate, and there's an adjoining video that's going to go with this one. It's going to be attached together, yeah, and an adjoining video. And on that second video that is attached to this one, it will take you through what happens on revision and what happens on what is going to be the mock phase. Now, depending on when you start this course, I will give you a study planner. Depending on when you start, I will give you a study planner, and the aim of the study planner will tell you where you've got to reach at a certain point in time. So if you started, for example, hypothetically, today's the 11th of July, yeah? If you started on the December course on the 11th of July, I would give you a study planner which would say, this is where you need to be at the end of July. This is where you need to be at the end of August. This is where you need to be by September. And the aim is to get everybody focused on what is going to be to finish to one particular point. And that particular point is to be ready for the end of tuition test. And that end of tuition test, right, which is going to test what we've covered on tuition, will be it will be basically just before the month before your exam. So if I take a December one, for example, the revision is always a month before. So for example, if I take December, we will be looking to finish tuition by the end of October. We finish the tuition by the end of October, and those students can start at different dates. That's perfectly fine. That's a great advantage of what is going to be an online course. You can all start at different dates, but with the study planner that I give you, and you get a study plan as soon as you join the course, they all go towards what is going to be a focus date. And that date will be, for example, for December, it will be the end of October. Yeah. And then you finish the tuition at the end of October. You do an end of tuition mark test questions, which are questions written by me. And then we move on to what is going to be the revision phase. Both this course comes with what is going to be full WhatsApp support, so you are into a WhatsApp group immediately. But I tend to use the group for what is going to be passing information out to the students about things I found, updates on courses, dealing with queries. Most technical queries come to me by direct message, which I think the better and sort of preferred approach. Because I think it's more personal, effective to yourself. So this is what is the tuition phase. The next part of this video is going to talk you through the revision and mock phases of my Platinum package and Package Plus courses. Hi everybody, I hope you're well and hope you're good. Welcome to this YouTube video presentation. And on this particular short video, I want to talk about a new course which I've designed called the Revision ACCA AFM Revision Plus Mock Exams course. Now, this course also incorporates my new exam focused exam kit. So that new kit is also within this particular course. Basically, who is this course designed for? Well, if you are my package plus, this is going to be part of that. This is going to be phases 2 and 3. This is going to be revision and mocks. If you're on my package, this will be what is going to be revision and what is going to be mock. So if you're part of those two courses, it's incorporated into that. If you are either a self-study student who wants to do a very comprehensive revision course, or you are a student who is looking to retake the exam and want lots and lots and lots of feedback and cover lots and lots of questions in a programmed, controlled manner, in a systematic manner, then this is what this course this course is designed for you. So I'm using September 23 as an example of it. I break the course down into 3 phases. So I break my revision down into 3 phases. The first phase is pre-revision. And this is designed for anybody who has not been on my package and package plus courses. So you are a revision only student. So I need to give you some work to do in a systematic manner program prior to the main revision starting. Okay, so I give you what is going to be, I say, okay, I'm going to give you what is going to be, quick introduction to the course, how it works, yeah, the pre-revision phase, who it's available to, yeah. I'm going to give you some notes on the new professional skills, on the CBE shortcuts, how they work, then two sets of revision notes, how to deal with what is going to be analysis and evaluation, what we call the how-to notes. And then I also give you what is going to be dealing with acumen and skepticism, which is going to be what we call the new theory pack. So that gives you some material to work on. And then every single question that I have used on my tuition phase, I have put into sections for you to work. So therefore, you are not left behind, let's say, the students who've been on my what is going to be my tuition phase, yeah, because I cover around 14, 15 past exam questions on my tuition phase, which are separate to the questions I cover on what is going to be my revision course. Okay, so that's sections 1 to 8. Sections 1 to 8 of this phase is the pre-revision. Pre-revision, that's from the point of enrolment to just before the revision commences. And I cover my revision across the whole of the month before the exam. So I'm using September as an example here. Yeah. So the month before would be what is going to be August. So first of all, it's important to explain my approach. And my approach is called demonstrate, practice, mini mock. Demonstrate, practice, mini mock, where I will pick a selection of questions relating to a relevant topic that I want to cover, and I will demonstrate how we answer them, copy of the question, copy of the answer, video, etc., with including professional skills. I will then give you questions to practice, which I will guide you. I'll say, these are the two I'd like you to do. These are the three I'd like you to do. Yeah. And then finally, we end that element with what is going to be a minimum. And we basically cover the sessions in windows. So we say, here is the first window, here is the second window, here's the third window. And I judge the windows depending on whether it's weekday or weekend, because I recognize that many of my students are working and they can't just, commit 24/7 to studies. So I keep that very much in mind. And my approach is demonstrate, practice, minimal. But you'll see the demonstrate and practice refer to a product called the AFM Focused Exam Kit. Yeah, and I'm going to show you that here. That's incorporated into this particular course. And then finally, we have a mini mark. And a mini mark is a question that I have written. A question that I have written that will be on the ACCA practice platform, not the general area, but the FME area, and FME has an area on the practice platform, and on that area I put this mini mock, and then in terms of you have to attempt it in exam time, and you get marked, and you get full feedback of how you've done. And this is going to cover this demonstrate practice mini mock is going to cover the first 7 sessions of revision. So let me give you a small example. Yeah. So here's session 1 that relates to for instance, the September exam, and you can see it opens for viewing on the 1st of August. But once it's open, it's open. Yeah, it's open. It's open. So when it opens at that point in time, automatically, I always start by giving you a quick overview. This is what I'm going to cover. This is how it's going to work. This is what's in this section. This is what you've got to be aware of. Quick overview, yeah, and then okay, I haven't put these questions up there here yet. I wanted to show you. So under the demonstrate, I will make reference to the same section of what I call my new exam kit, and I will pick the questions that I want you to do. I will say, sorry, the questions I would like to demonstrate. So I will demonstrate a couple of questions to you, 3 questions depending on time. This is where you're going to follow the approach. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. Then, from the same set of material, I'm going to give you some questions practice. Again, I'll say, please go into this kit and now practice those questions. So let me show you that kit where to demonstrate where the practice will come from. So let me show you that here. So here we are on the supporting exam kit that goes with my revision course. 60 exam questions in here currently. So let's go to that first section. You notice it's in exactly the same order, except it's in green. It's in exactly the same order as that revision course. That first session, cost of capital, bonds, ROAC, long-term finance. So we open that up. And from this selection of questions here, from coding all the way down to what is going to be kingdom in this case, yeah, I will say, right, let me use a couple of those for what is going to be demonstration. Then you do a couple for practice. Any that are left over, we leave until what is going to be the post-revision area. Right, we do for the post-revision area. And you'll notice for any question that we demonstrate or practice, you get not only a video presentation, but you get a folder where you've got a copy of the question as a PDF, a copy of the calculations as Excel, and a copy of the written answers in PDF with the professional skills highlighted. And once we've completed the demonstrate and the practice, it's now time for an exam timed question. So you can see now, demonstrate practice. So I would tell you what those are. I haven't yet, like I said, at the time of recording this video, I haven't made that decision yet. I'm still thinking about doing them. Yeah. But the mini mock's there. The mini mock has to be done on or before Friday, the 4th of August at 5 in the morning. Why do I use 5 in the morning as a cutoff when I'm based in the United Kingdom? It's because I have students from all over the world, from Australia all the way through India, all the way through the Middle East, all the way through Africa, into Europe, but also I have students from America, Canada, and what is going to be the Caribbean. And I want to make sure that, when they come home from work, that they have time to still do the questions. And they're normally 6 to 7 hours behind where we are in the UK. So this gives you plenty of opportunity. So once you've done the demonstrate, once you've you've seen me do the demonstrate, once you've done the practice, both of those are using past exam questions, then you have something brand new. And that will be not here, but you'll be transferred onto the ACCA practice platform FME area. And you can see that this window opens on the 1st of August and will stay open until we do Friday the 4th. And it will stay open after that, but that's that session over with. We've completed that session. And you notice 1 hour after the deadline for session 1, session 2 will open. So in session 2, let me open it. You can see what I'm going to cover. You can see the explanation. Yeah, there it is there. Yes, I've not put the demonstrate there. You'll see that. You know where that's going to come from. It's going to come from what is going to be my new exam kit practice. The new exam kit. Yeah, from that new kit. And then the mini mock. So let's have a look at the demonstrate and practice. You'll see this section is going to be a lot bigger because there's a lot more questions there. So here we are back at the exam kit. Advanced investment appraisal. Let's see how many we've got. Tremont, Riviere, Yolandwi, Ferlion, Talum, Oaken, Robson, Calvin, Parafuels, Tapantu. Yeah, they're the ones which are sitting there. And again, what I'll do is on the demonstrate, I will select a couple for you to do. I'll rephrase that. A couple for me to show you. There we get that right. A couple for me to demonstrate. Then I'll say practice, some for you to do. Any we don't do, you still got access to those questions. You can do them later on post revision, and then we have what is going to be the mini mock. So again, I select And if I add more questions into this kit, there's 60 at the moment, but as more questions get published by the ACCA, I'll be adding more and I'll put them into the relevant section. Yeah. But again, I don't want us to do all of them at the first phase of revision, during what is going to be the demonstrating the practice. I want to do selected amounts to help us ensure that we understand the topic, and then we do what is going to be the relevant mini mock that goes with it. But you'll notice on mini mock number 2, it's a 50 marker. So I'll give you more, obviously more time to do it. Yeah, obviously more time to do it. And then as soon as that one is complete and it's been marked, remember it's going to be marked to current AFM standards and full report given back to you. Yeah, and the deadline happens to be on this one, Tuesday, the 8th of August. Then the next session will open on interest rate risk management. So you can see here, if I look at the sessions are cost of capital, advanced investment appraisal, interest rate risk, FX risk management, business valuations, purchase consideration, corporate reconstructions, dividend policy. Those are the first 7 sessions, Session 8 is when we do what is going to be preparation for the final mocks. Yeah, preparation for the final mock exams. And I'm going to pick 3 random questions to make up 100 marks, 150, 225 from the exam kit, my own exam kit. Yeah. And that will effectively then be used as what is good preparation for the final mock. But I said to you, this course comes with 2 mock examinations. Both of these mocks are on a separate course, so you keep them separated just for ease, yeah? So you got mock A, yeah, and I'll just remind you by putting some extra notes there for you, so you've got them. They're the same notes I've used in the course, but I've just put them there as a repeat. And then we'll have a full mock A. Mock A will be done, and it's programmed, and it's done on the ACCA practice platform. So we do mock A on the practice platform, and again, it'll be marked, and full feedback will be given. So that will be mock A. And then there's another mock B. With mock B, it's still a brand new mock examination. But because of the timing of this mock, I tend to do this mock using our study site. It'll still be exam timed. It'll still be using the same exam format, but we use a slightly different system because of the fact that it's timed to be on the practice platform quite late in the window. So we like to do it separately, also to give you a bit of a variety in terms of what is being approaches. But still, exam time and marked by a current AFM, marked to current AFM standards. Now, to close off this video presentation, just to reconfirm, this revision course plus 2 mock exams is automatically part of my Platinum Package Plus. It's automatically part of my Platinum Package course. But if you are a student who wants a programmed, lots of feedback, lots of support, all my courses come with my support, part of a WhatsApp group, plus the direct messaging, plus you want 2 mocks, like I said, with a lot of marking involved in it, then this is the course that you're looking for. This is the course that's going to give you a lot of feedback that you want. I mean, it's about, like I said, demonstrate, practice, mini mock, lots of feedback, lots of support. If you've got any questions on the revision course plus 2 mocks, please do get in touch. As I always like to sign off, stay safe, stay well.